Up next, let's queer up education. Florida New College, right-wing takeover, offers more benefits for men. Despite the U.S. Supreme Court ruling affirmative action based on race and gender will no longer be allowed in college admissions, one Florida college, controlled by conservatives appointed by Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, is considering ways to attract more men to its student body. Presidential hopeful DeSantis appointed Chris Rufo to the Board of Trustees at New College over on the West Coast. He is a far-right extremist who advocates anti-LGBTQ+ views in his public statements. The college has served as a haven for students from a variety of backgrounds, with a focus on eliminating diversity, equity, and inclusion measures and attacking the curriculum. A hard shift to the right has driven students away. New College's leadership recently decided to eliminate the gender studies program from the curriculum. Additionally, the school is shifting its demographics towards a male-dominated environment. Women made up 66% of New College's scholars historically, and Rufo said, quote, "This is a wildly out-of-balance student population, and it caused all sorts of cultural problems, creating what many have called a social justice ghetto," end quote. He said new leadership will work on rebalancing the ratio of students. Oh my God. There's so much here. I mean, first off, New College, for those people who don't know, has always, puts the liberal in liberal arts. It has been a place for, as we said, predominantly women, LGBTQ+ students. It's no accident that this is the college that DeSantis and his cronies are going after. I think like something around the third, 20%, 30% of the staff has left because it's just illiterate education. That's really the best thing that you can call it. He's doing other things like at UF and USF and things like that, but it's nowhere is it more pronounced than at New College. And thank God we're making it easier for men to get in. We've had it far too long.
I mean, it's not like cis white men founded the idea of colleges and universities to begin with. Like, God forbid, right?
Right, God forbid.
Oh my.
This is fascism, and it's once again, it's another culture battle that we won in the 60s and 70s that they're reopening, and they're winning this time because we weren't prepared to refight the battles of a generation ago.
I just want to know, like, how many students are really thinking this is like a social injustice, and how many of them want to be part of a sausage fest of a college? There's not a lot of straight boys I know that want to go to an all-male college anyway. I'm pretty sure they're not going to want to go to this college if it's 70% male. Like, good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah.
The New College being, first of all, that guy, Chris Caputo, is way too young to have these kind of views.
Wait, what?
What is his
name?
No,
Chris Rufo.
Chris Rufo.
Caputo is
Chris Rufo.
Wilton Manors commissioner.
My apologies, Commissioner. Chris
Rufo.
Rufo.
Yeah.
Way too young to be. Where's this young person getting these crazy ideas from? I feel sorry for him.
There's some young ones as a young.
Way too young. Young people should know. Like any young person, I don't know. That's a big problem, right? The whole point of part of technology and access to education was everyone had access to information was to get rid of these discussions. You're not supposed to become dumber with access to information. Somebody his age is like failing.
It's just Republicans complain about liberals indoctrinating. But they're indoctrinating themselves. That's why we have young people that are, of that mind.
Bob?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I didn't see a picture of this guy till just now.
Right.
Okay. Brace yourselves, people.
I'm scared.
I can tell by looking at him, he definitely suffers from. He definitely has a small penis because there's just you mentioned young. That's the only reason that. It's like. Why else would he try to?
Are you saying that penises get bigger as we get older?
No, I'm saying his.
Okay.
Poor thing. No, because it's like if there's just something psychological that men aren't getting a fair shake. Well, if you were sure about your manhood, you wouldn't try to shove it down my throat. There are other things I'd rather have shoved there. Thank you very much. I did say that.
That will also be covered when we in the podcast afterward when we discuss Jonathan's late night.
You know, we would like to think, oh, they're young, they'll get. No, the acorn does not fall far from the tree.
That's for sure. And then, you know, I just also want to point out real quick this idea of freedom. This DeSantis guy, he's always talking about Florida being so free, but it's not really a free state when you decide you don't like a university. It's got nothing to do with you. And then you put your friends in there that have a certain ideology and force people, and then change the whole makeup of to go like, I want it to look like this, and I only want them to learn these things. And are you getting how that's not free? Like you can't think for yourself. You can't be who you want to be. You can only think what we want you to think, and you can only read what we want you to read.
Free because
that's not freedom.
You get to choose not to go there, and that's the difference here. Is that they're allowed to do that. But I'm also allowed to say, no, I don't want to go to that college. And they're going to change the landscape of it, and people are going to not show up.
Also, just one more point, because we addressed affirmative action, when are we going to stop legacy admissions?
Yeah, when?
When is that going to happen, since we're taking away affirmative action?
Legacy has always been the affirmative action for white cisgender hetero men.
I don't know if you know, but legacy admissions started when there was a big push for freedom in America, and they didn't want Jews and they didn't want black people to have access to higher education, and so they started the legacy admission to diminish the chances of us getting.
All right, we will absolutely be keeping track of this as we go forward.
Yeah.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.